Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we are going to be using the Dollar Tree canvases today to make some very beautiful home decor pieces. So I am so excited about this. I did recently find the 12 by 12 canvas um, at Dollar Tree. I've seen other crafters craft with them. The only ones I had been able to find previously was the 10 by 10s. So I was super excited about that. So what we're going to do is go ahead and jump into this first project using the 10 by 10 canvas here. And what you see I'm doing is I'm just going to remove the actual canvas from the wood frame. Now, full disclosure, guys, I was going to use two of these frames, but when I got to this one, it was MDF. So I omitted it from the project, and I still think that this one came out actually super pretty. And I do believe it might be my favorite of today, but I don't know. I think all of them were. So there I am. I'm showing you one was wood, one was MDF, and the MDF was actually a little bit larger than the wood frame one. So I thought that was real interesting. So I don't know if they cheated us on that or something. I don't know. Anyway, I went with the wood frame. I'm just setting it down where there was some splinters coming up there. It wasn't too many. It was actually in pretty good condition. I had just when I um when I used that box cutter, I did slice some of the wood up. So that was my bad. So next, right here, I'm taking some of those little miniature bowls you can find in the party section at Dollar Tree. Then I'm going to take one of my grass sheets here that I got from the 99 cent and more store before they went out of business when I used to live in California. So then I'm just taking some of my hot glue and putting in probably about an inch and a half, maybe give or take, or inch of glue down there, and I'm just going to take these little greenery sprigs and just start placing them into that glue. Now I wasn't trying to get the water effect because I knew the gorilla glue, the hot gorilla hot glue, is going to dry kind of cloudy, so that wasn't my goal here, but it was okay. It was fine. I wasn't really focused on that part. So next, what you see here, I'm taking a third one, and I just used my hot gun to put a hole in the bottom of that one. Okay. And I'm going to then take this jute twine. I don't know how long. I just started pulling. I really didn't know how long I wanted this. But if I had to guess, I probably pulled off about 48 inches. And this is going, I don't even know how to explain this, guys. So what I'm doing is I took the jute twine and I, stretched it out evenly to make two sides evenly. Then I'm going to take it and bring it in from the corners, okay? So we're just going to make like a faux hanging planter here. And all I'm going to use is hot glue to secure that in place. So, and I'm using the Gorilla Hot Glue, which is like really good and sturdy glue. This is not going to be outside or anything. And I've used glue in this capacity before, hot glue in this capacity before, and it has not given me any issues. So right here, I'm just taking that jute twine. I brought it down like in a V shape, and I was going to put this little bowl right in the middle of there, but it just string it down the middle, but it did rock a little bit. So I was like, let's just make some holes on the side, and that will give it some stability. Okay. So then I just, again, take my hot glue gun, poke the holes through there, and that's literally it. Now, it doesn't look the prettiest. You could probably do this with a crocodile, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to chance it and have it crack or whatever, which I don't really think it would have, but you can definitely do that. So I just used my hot glue gun, and then I'm just taking my tweezers to feed out that hole, and that's it. So it's no big deal. Okay, it's really cute. It worked out. So then I just feed the jute twine through either side, and I'm just going to I think I just tie it off in a knot, if I'm not mistaken. So right here, what I'm doing is just trying to make sure that I have it even, so it's hanging, so it will hang evenly. And then I just take the jute twine, I push it up a little, I'm sorry, I push the bowl up a little bit. Again, not sure if this is going to work. And I fed it in through the wrong side. That's what I did wrong. So I fed it in and then I looped it down through the bottom. There we go. That's what I did. I was like, it's still not working when I looked at it. I'm like, it's still rocking. I need this thing to be sturdy. So, okay, so there we go. Once I get it evened out, I just go ahead and I tie it off in a knot. No special kind of knot, just one large enough to keep it from sliding through, sliding down the string or the jute rope. And it's actually super cute. I really like this. So then I take some of that hot glue and I just put it on the tips there because I was like, I feel like it needs something. I was just gonna, leave it in a knot and just let it be, but I was like, I think something needs to be hanging from here. So I decided to take in some of my wooden beads, two of my wooden beads, and just have those hanging there. And I really love the way this is coming together, guys. I know I always say that, but I'm just like, it just amazes me. Because when I sit down, I truly have no idea, with maybe one or two projects that I have an idea of what I want to do. And other times it's just kind of like me just staring and looking at the stuff and touching it just to see if I can get an idea and things like that. So when things like this come together, and this was one of those projects where I did not know this is what I was going to end up doing. So when the end result comes up, I'm just like really amazed and so grateful, that God blessed me with that ability to just create certain things. And I don't know if they're good or bad things, but I'm just so grateful to have that ability, you know. So I really think this came together cute, but we're not done. So we're going to keep on going here. I really like this. And so what I did was I took that whole piece of jute twine and made it into a hanger as well. So it was just one continued on piece. So then I take some more of this greenery, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the other two bowls. Okay, and I'm just going to put those in there. And I probably took off about 5 little sprigs, give or take. But I mean, if you were to recreate this, you can totally do it however you want. You can put four pieces of floral picks in here if you wanted. It's just really about what makes you happy when you're creating. And I wanted to go with the greenery. So I'm just adjusting those out. I guess I'm really, really, really adjusting those out. I mean, really, really. All right, there we go. So then next, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to take the other two that I made. Now, I did try to glue these on without anything on the bottom, but because they had a little lip under there, it was not adhering. So I decided to take 2 of my 1-inch medallions and add that right in the center, so that would give it a little bit of a lift. And I did that on both of those and place them right on either side of the swinging one. And I have to say, it was pretty nice, y'all. I really like this. I think this is so pretty. It was just so cute. My mom, when I was starting and she was looking, she's like, what are you going to do with all these things? Because it was a lot. And I'm like, I don't know. And I started laying them out and everything. And I asked her, like, do you see anything? She's like, no. She's like, no. I don't see anything. She's like, this is not for me. And she walked out, y'all. She did help me organize my glue sticks, though, before she left. Okay, so next, to cover up the front of the frame, because you can see where they stapled the frame together, and I wanted to do something to cover that up. So I'm taking some of my autumn paint here. This is my plaster paint, and I just painted a few of those wood appliques in that. I actually gave them a dry brush in that autumn color. And I know it's not an exact match to the beads, but it's a close match, and I'll accept that. So I'm just going to add that on all four corners. And guys, I have to tell you, I really like this. I think this is really, really pretty, and I think it does look slightly high end, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm just going in with some hot glue to hold that together, guys. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait for you guys to see this in the final reveal. I hope everyone had a great Easter resurrection weekend. If you do honor that holiday, I had a good time with my mom being here, with me going to my family's house for dinner. It was just absolutely an awesome day, guys. It was so awesome. It felt good. We played cards, we played charades. It was super fun. All right, so we're gonna move on to project number 2, guys. All right. So right here, we're taking this beautiful napkin I had in my stash. I don't know where I got it from. I'm sorry, but if I don't know if it was gifted to me. I don't know if I bought it. It was just in my stash, but I liked it because of those beautiful butterflies that it had on it. And right here, I'm just separating the plies. This was a 3-ply napkin. And I just removed all the plies off of there. Luckily, they were already lifting, so they were super easy to come off. And what you see I'm doing right here is I'm going to go ahead and prep this piece of canvas with some Mod Podge, because we are going to be decoupaging that napkin onto this canvas. Okay, now you could totally paint the canvas in white. I know it's already white, but you could paint it in a brighter white if you wanted to show through more, but I really didn't feel like doing that, and I really didn't think it would matter too much. So I'm going in with my mini heat press. As you can see, I'm getting out all those wrinkles and things like that, and indentation that comes on the side of the napkins. I'm just, I was ironing to get rid of that. So then all I'm going to do is now iron the napkin onto the canvas. And how that works is because I put the Mod Podge on prior to the napkin and let it dry. By me adding the heat back to it, it's going to reactivate that Mod Podge, and it's going to make that napkin adhere to the surface perfectly. Now, there was a little bit of wrinkle here, but I think I didn't let it dry enough. And I moved that napkin, it moistened the napkin a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. Or it could have just totally been a May error, just me being me and rushing. All right. So once we get it on there, I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love the colors here. So next, I'm taking one of these wooden frames you can find at Dollar Tree. I'm going to leave it in its natural state. Now, I initially was going to paint this in gold color, but I was like, yeah, that's not my vibe. So I left it in the neutral color, and lo and behold, guys, when you know, I glued it down wrong. Okay. Go figure. Is that a shock? It's a shocker. So I was like, okay, how can I get this up? Because it was bugging me. So I put some heat to it, and luckily enough, guys, it worked. Like it did, it gave a little, it did burn the napkin a little bit. But overall, it did come up fairly easy, and I was able to recenter this. Now, I did get a little heat on my fingers along the way, but like I said, overall, I was able to pull it up and then recenter it. So I was super excited about that, because I was like, I went through all of that, and now it's all Cricut. All right. So here I am, not trusting myself again, overthinking it, and I do get it centered better than I did originally, though. I will say that. All right, second time's a charm, right? No, I know it's third time. We don't want to do this a third time. So second time it has to be. Okay, there we go. We're back in business, everybody. All right. So now I was concerned about this being in its natural color, and I was like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit light, so let's add something else here. And of course, what would that be but butterflies? Yeah, hello somebody. So they're kind of like a foil type of material, and I really like them. I got them off of, I think I got these off of Amazon like probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I like them. I just don't use them a whole lot because they do have a bit of a shine to them, so I don't always have the opportunity to use them. But I thought they would tie in very nicely with this piece, so I'm just going in and putting three on either, um, um, not all corners, but just the two corners that's going there diagonally. And no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of laying them down on there. And I know you can't really see it up against that pattern. I know the pattern is really busy and then you have that very neutral frame. But guys, that's really, really pretty. It came out so nice. I absolutely love this. And so then I go in with some of my jute rope here. And I'm just going to put this on the side of this. And I'm just going to tie some knots off on either end. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame, guys, but I do bring it back. I do. I'm making it come back. We're doing it. 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 All right, there we go. Okay, so I just tighten those up a little bit and I get them sized up where I want to place them. And once I do that, I just take a little bit of hot glue and I put that down in the middle of the knot as far as I can go in, and that's just going to help secure that knot in place. All right, so then we take our big honking scissors that Kathy Joe sent me, and we're going to cut off that excess rope, and then we're just going to go ahead and glue this down to the side of this picture. Okay, and there we go. All right, so okay, did I really make y'all watch all of that? Did I do that to y'all? I did. I really did. That's what I did. I sure did. Oh boy. I just don't know. I just don't know why y'all come back. But I do appreciate it. I really do. I promise I do. So once we get those glued on, I'm going to take some of these neutral color buttons and put that in all four corners. And that's going to be it for this project, guys. And we're going to move on to project number, I don't know. I think this is project number 3. All right. So we have one of the smaller canvases. I think this is the 5x7, 5x8. I think it's 5x8. I don't know. 5x7. Is it 5x7, 5x8, y'all? It's one of those. I'm painting it in my crimson color, the red crimson color by Waverly. Then I had this super cute strawberry napkin, right? Here it is. There you can see a better picture of it. I just took off one of the squares from the napkin, and I love the rustic charm of these strawberries. And it doesn't look like it on, you can't really tell on camera, but I really like the detail in the napkin and how vibrant it is. So I was like, I got to get this on this canvas. So I followed the same steps that I did earlier with the larger canvas. And I'm just going to sand away the excess. And I really like that. So we're going to just make a busted canvas, right? And you'll see why for our next project, right? So then I had this other napkin that really matched, the strawberries matched really well with that first napkin. Now, I only had one of this one, so I was trying to be trying to be very careful to make sure I don't use up too much of that napkin. I did the same process just like I did all the other canvases when applying a napkin. And now what I'm doing right here is I'm taking my box cutter and I'm just cutting in some slits. Now, I cut this horribly wrong, guys. I just did, but it worked out. It worked out. Me and these busted canvases, we don't get along too well, but I kept going, okay? So I do what I do and kept going. So I was like, okay, I'm committed. We're here. I could have totally just left the canvas just like that and put the other one on top of it, but I didn't do that. So anyway, I just kept cutting and kept cutting. Yeah, I kept cutting. I sure did. Yeah, don't give me a pie. Cause yeah. Yep, somebody would get really offended by the time I got through cutting that pie. So, all right. So I just kept cutting. Got it going. I'm like, all right, let's start rolling it back. So I just go around and cut. I'm sorry, I go around and I just glue down each little slit or section that I cut, and I just glue it down all the way around. That's all you do. You just roll it tight, just kind of curl it up, like I always say. You curl it up like them Easter Sunday bangs. Y'all remember them Easter Sunday bangs? They were tight. Told y'all that before. Them bangs were tight. But we were cute on Easter Sunday with our bobby socks and our patent leather shoes. Yep, we sure were. At least we were. Oh boy, the sponge roller, bobby socks, and patent leather shoes that you had to not lace up, but you hook them up around the ankle. I thought that was so cute. Yes, we were cute. All right, so here I am just rolling away, getting it all curled back. And I wish you could see more of the strawberries on the front, but you did capture. I was able to capture a few of them. But that's all we do here. And then I'm just going to take that other canvas and I'm going to glue it right on the back of the busted canvas part. And all I'm going to use there is some hot glue as well. And that's going to pretty much be it for this piece. I think I do. If I'm not mistaken, I go in and add a few pieces of embellishments here. But that's it, guys. I do like this busted canvas technique. I want to do more of it. I said I was, but it's been quite a few months. The first time it traumatized me a little bit. So I had to build up my courage to come back and face it again. But I just go in with some of my faux strawberries, put one again diagonally across from each other, and that's going to be it for that one, guys. And we're going to go ahead and jump into project number 4, and you guys know what time it is. Yes, okay, I asked, you guys spoke up, and the consensus was that we do one in each video. So we're coming back with our terracotta teacup. Can you guys guess what kind I'm gonna do in this video? Take a wild guess. Hint, hint from the previous project. All right, so we're going to be making a strawberry terracotta teacup. Now, what you see here is I painted that in my red crimson color paint as well. I did paint the rim originally in white, and I was trying to paint some leaves or something that would look like leaves on there, but it was giving me more Christmas vibes than it was strawberry vibes. So I decided to just go in with red and green right here. And then I'm just taking some of my yellow, I think this is called marigold if I'm not mistaken, my marigold color paint by Plaster or Plaster paint in marigold. And I'm just going to go around and put a bazillion dots all around this, okay, to give it that strawberry vibe. And I think that's already cute. I do. I'm telling y'all, I'm having the time of my life creating these terracotta pots. I really am. So then I take the base of the pot or the little plate or whatever it is, terracotta plate, I guess, and I'm gonna paint it in burnt umber. Like, I like that look, kind of give it like that dirt look. I don't know why I feel like the brown, the red, the green, the yellow, all those colors just work well together. So then right here, I'm going to take 2 of these greenery pieces or leaves that I had taken off of a floral pick that I had, and I'm going to put these on what's going to be the back of this little teacup, okay? And I wanted again to give it that strawberry vibe. So it looks so cute, and you really can do anything with this. You can add florals to it if you want it. You can put little pins or your little knickknacks in it. It really doesn't matter. I just really think all of these are cute for display, however you want to do it. But I add the leaves to the back to make it look like a strawberry. Then I'm going to just go ahead and take some of that hot glue, put it right on the bottom there, and I'm just going to adhere this to the base. Okay, look how cute that is. I think it's so cute. So then I take a little bit of this Spanish moss because I wanted to give it a bit of a rustic charm. It needed a little something. Probably not, but it probably didn't need anything. But I don't know. I don't know. My eyes was just like, I need something more. And so I was like, okay, Spanish moss. So that's what I'm doing here now. I'm trimming it down because I didn't want it to overwhelm the piece. Like I didn't want it to take away from the pot itself. So once I do that, I see how cute it is. So then what do I do? Yep. Then I start filling it up. So I'm gonna just take some more of my faux strawberries and just start filling it up for display purposes. Now, like I said, you could do other things with this. You can put other little knickknacks in here. You could put your rings in there if you wanted to. I just think that's super cute. I really do. But I almost forgot to add the handle. I was like, something's missing here. Like it looks like a strawberry, but something is off. It's missing something. So I was like, oh, hello. You forgot the handle, honey. It's supposed to be a teacup. Get with the program, May. All right, and I'm just taking some of that green color paint and I painted the handle and I'm going to add that right on the side right there. And now it looks like a very cute strawberry teacup. Awesome. All right. So next up, we are going to jump into our final project of today. And this project was actually inspired by sweet subscriber Cynthia Roden. She does have a Facebook channel over at Silver Doves Designs 2. And I'm going to show you the inspiration piece in just a minute. But she had she had posted this really cute rustic picture of sunflowers that she had made with some pine cones. And I was like, oh, that is super cute. Like, I may recreate that. And she was like, go for it. And so I thought it was super cute. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. But this is my version of it. It was inspired by her. So just keep that in mind. It's not a dupe of hers. It's came out actually different, and that's just because I had some hiccups along the way. But what you see here, I took another one of the 5x8 canvases. I had a pair of little infant jeans that I picked up from the Goodwill, and there's her piece right there. Absolutely adorable. Now, I tried to do the pine cone piece of it, but this is as far as I could get. Now I thought it would be a lot easier cutting up pine cones, but I tried everything, guys. I tried everything and my hands just could not bear it any further, and that's just because my strength in my hands are weak. The grip, all of that is just, it's all bad. So I went as far as I could go, but I'm not giving up. As you guys can see, I was still chipping away at it, but for the sake of this video and the sake of this project, I had to move along. So I had to find an alternative to that. So as I was saying, I took some of those infant jeans, cut out the pocket, one of the pockets on there, and I'm just gonna glue it to the canvas. Okay, now I should have brought the pocket up just a little bit more because, and you'll see in a few minutes here, I was trying to do some framing for this canvas and I had brought the pocket down too low. But anyway, it still ended up working out. Once I have the pocket where I want it and I feel like it's secure in place, what we're going to do is, I don't know if I told you guys, but I painted the canvas in rose, like a pinkish color, rose water color. And then, of course, because I wasn't recording right here, I did take some of my flat wood dowels and cut them down at a 45-degree angle. I don't know. But anyway, I cut them down. And they're going to be my frames. Now, I'm just going to do the bottom half of this, and you guys will see why in a few minutes, okay? Now, once I got this on here, I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks a little palish, but I still kept going, right? Like, it didn't click in my head. So, right here, I'm just going to take some more of this nautical rope that I had got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to lay that across, kind of like a dip fashion, I guess. A hoop, not a hoop, but a loop. I don't know, in a dip fashion. I just go back and forth with it, kind of trying to make it look like a little purse almost. I know. And then I'm just going to circle the rest of that jute twine around, and that's going to be the hanging part for this. This is going to be a door handle hanger. And so I get that glue down, and then I just cut it down to size of how I need it. And what do I do? Oh, this is where I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's missing something. And so this is where I go in with some burnt umber paint, and I just paint around this piece to create the frame. And so then next, I take my paper flowers here, which I think are absolutely adorable, and I just go in and start layering those. I take some of this, these are like well, they are leaves, and I just add a few of those to the bag. And the cool part about this, I didn't have to glue anything down because that pocket was so small and that it was just super tight once I glued it down. So then next, I take this miniature gingham bow that Kathy Jo had made for me, and I add it right in the center of the pocket. And again, I think this is so adorable. I know it's nothing like Cynthia's. Well, semi. It's nothing like hers. I absolutely loved hers. But again, this was just an inspiration piece. I just absolutely love it. And I am going to dupe her actual one, hopefully, soon. Oh, it just depends on these old hands of mine. So here I'm just gluing down the tails to my ribbon, guys. And what do I do next? I don't know. I'm sorry, I love so much, y'all. So much of this stuff was up in. Oh, then I take this beautiful butterfly that I found at Michael's, and I'm just going to get that glued down right to the middle part of where I did the jute rope. Okay? And what am I doing? What am I thinking about? Oh, it had a little piece underneath there that I needed to clip off. I'm like, why is this not laying flat like I wanted to lay? It had a little plastic thingy thing, hanging from it. But here we are in the final reveal, lovies. This came out so stunning. And if you guys are here still writing with me, I appreciate it so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right. And if you haven't already done so, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. And because you guys know how I feel about those comments. You guys know I say it every video. I like to talk to y'all, so keep them comments coming. Hit that like button and definitely share, because that helps us all. It helps you guys to get more content, and it helps me to put out more content. So it's a win-win all the way around, okay? And you guys have to let me know if you had a favorite of today. Here are all the teacups we've created so far, guys. We are on number 6. Our goal is to get to 10 to see, just how they play out. I am so excited about these. I just absolutely love them. Every single one. I do. So let me know if you guys have a favorite of today. I want to hear from you guys. And like I said, I think this is my favorite. I don't know. I really do. I really love the way this came together. I like it. I like everything about it. I think it's just really, pretty and neutral. I love that. I love it. I just got to figure out where I'm going to hang it. But I love it. And here we are. Thank you, Cynthia, for the inspiration. I absolutely enjoyed making this. Like I said, even though yours is like 10 times better than mine. But I tried. At least I tried. And that's all that counts, right? At the end of the day. So you guys have to let me know how you feel about today's project. I am looking forward to hearing from you all. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.